Good evening. Thanks for joining us. For Local 3 News, I'm Rebecca Bartlemay. This week, our community tour takes us to Chassell. There is so much to do recreationally in this small copper country town, and I had the chance to learn about some of the things this town has to offer.
My dad's originally from Chassell, I actually spent my working career in Kansas, and so but there was no question once I had an opportunity to retire, I knew where I was going to come.
Keith Myers is the vice chair of the Chassell Township Planning Commission.
I think the UP, and particularly the Keweenaw, is probably one of the best kept secrets in the country in terms of a place to live. I mean, as you see, I mean, we all know this living here. I mean, we're in a place with ubiquitous natural beauty. I mean, it's everywhere we turn, and I joke about this, but when I lived in Kansas, our #1 tourist destination was the Cabela's at the Kansas Raceway. And you know, here I can pick out probably 24 places, and you know, within 40 minutes of my front door. And if I dropped those places in Kansas, they'd probably be the #1 tourist destination.
And with so much to experience in the Keweenaw, that includes Chassell. And Keith told me about some of the town's outdoor recreational opportunities.
Centennial Park is a really awesome place here in Chassell, kind of a great gathering point for the community as well as for those who visit the community as well. And so clearly one of the big features is the boat launch. I mean, we're probably, if I'm not mistaken, we may actually be the most used boat launch in the Keweenaw. And in addition to that, we've got a great fish cleaning station here as well. But then we've got the amenities like the playground that's out behind us here, which is a new feature that replaced an old playground that we had here. And we replaced that with the help of Portage Health Foundation grant, as well as a grant from the Chassell Lions Club. But you'll see horseshoe pits out here as well. There's a volleyball court, basketball court. Behind you, I mean, we've got the pavilion, which you know, the farmers market takes place there during the winter. It's a great place for ice skating and hockey and so forth. We also have the Chassell Bark Park, which was the first fenced off-leash dog park in the Upper Peninsula.
Much of this is because of recreation grants awarded to Chassell.
Made available by the Portage Health Foundation. Just here in this community alone, I mean, we've talked about the playground being supported by one of those grants, but we also have a 10-station fitness trail up on our cross-country ski trail system here in the community, which was funded by a Portage Health Foundation grant. We have a canoe and kayak launch out on the Sturgeon River, which was also funded by a Portage Health Foundation grant. And then we also received a small grant for them to get a 9-hole disc golf course in place out behind the school.
And more recreation is coming to this town with a history lesson.
Our historic Interpretive trail that's going to be going on the site of what was the, first the Sturgeon River Lumber Company and then the Worcester Lumber Company. Those two companies operated between 1888 and 1929. The area has grown over now, and so you'd hardly know it even existed at one time, but this area where the park's at and on to the south was a huge industrial complex at one time. And so now we'll have an opportunity to tell that history with the help of our local high school students and a graduate student who's helped us out from the industrial archaeology program at Michigan Tech University, and then it'll be prettied up here by the art and design class at Michigan Tech as well as we go to the phase of actually putting in the signage. But it's going to be really cool, and it'll be a way for people again to get exercise, you know, walking through this loop trail out here, but to learn more about the history of their community. And you know, so anyone who's been here for any length of time probably has some kind of a tie, whether it's to the mill, the railroad associated with it, or possibly in the lumber camps that help feed the mills.
The goal is to make Chassell a place to live, work, and play.
A lot of the work that we've been doing over the last several years has been very focused on that objective, and so as you see, a lot of these amenities are there to make this a great place for our residents to live, and our residents have been a key part of that process. I mean, we've surveyed them and they provided input as we put our 5-year recreation plan together, so it's not just been people sitting in a room deciding where we're going to go with this. I mean, we took the input from our citizens and that's been what's been driving the direction that we've been taking, and so everybody benefits from that. So we've got amenities that are of the interest of the people who live here, but just as well, I mean, people who come through the area, I mean, it's a reason for them to maybe spend more time in Chassell as they're passing through, and we're also hoping that it will help be a draw. I mean, I'm very involved with what's called the Remote Workforce Keweenaw Initiative, and we're very focused on trying to draw people who have the ability to work remotely to consider Chassell as a place to do that from. And so having these kinds of amenities in place help us from an economic development perspective as well.